Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
We are live in Rockbridge County this week for In Your Town, and this is just a beautiful area with a lot of outdoor adventures.
I'm going to hop over to downtown Lexington to talk with the mayor about what he feels makes this area so unique.
The rain has moved out of our area, leaving us with calmer conditions. Just how long that'll be sticking around coming up in your full forecast.
Plus, dozens of firework shows planned in Central, Southwest, and Southside Virginia, where you can go all weekend long to have 4th of July fun. But first, we're following breaking news out of the city of Roanoke tonight. A 21-year-old man is dead after a shooting last night, and another is hurt after a shooting this afternoon. 10 News reporter Annie Schroeder spoke exclusively with the Roanoke City Police Chief about this uptick in shootings. Annie, what are his plans to address these crimes?
Yeah, John. Well, Police Chief Sam Roman's main priority right now is addressing the gun violence within younger people here in the city. And with 2 shootings in less than 24 hours, the department wants the community to know they're doing everything they can to address it. Now, Roman spoke with us following a shooting this afternoon on Mountain Road that happened in Northwest around 1 p.m. We're told the man shot is in the hospital with serious injuries. Chief Roman says most of the shootings that happened this year involve people under the age of 25.
One of the denominators in this whole violence thing that we're seeing that cannot be overlooked, which is the ages of both the offenders, perpetrators, and the victims. It is very alarming to see some of the ages that's associated with some of the gun violence we're seeing.
Now, Chief Roman says one important aspect in addressing the violence is potential witnesses coming forward with information to help them make an arrest. Now, anyone with information about the crimes that happened over the last 24 hours is asked to contact the department. You can also choose to remain anonymous. Live in Roanoke tonight, Annie Schroeder, 10 News, working for you.
State officials are working to make crime data more accessible. Every department is required to submit the data under guidelines set by the law. And today, members of state police broke down how the website works. If you want to see the numbers where you live, we have them at WSLS.com. All right, turning now to get a look at your forecast. Meteorologist Delaney Warden joins us now. Delaney, I tell you, that cold front moved through. It's kind of perfect out there.
Oh, absolutely. Perfect timing, too, for this weekend. We are seeing a lot of cloud cover, however, plenty of sunshine. Temperature now down to 79 degrees here in Roanoke after only reaching into the low 80s just a short time ago, considering that our average high this time of year is into the upper 80s. Current wind speeds are still from the northwest, about 10 miles per hour, even stronger in some places. That is why the Rockbridge balloon situation is a little bit quiet at the moment. You can't see those balloons going up in the air, but those temperatures are anywhere from the 70s to the lower 80s. We will be cooling down fairly slowly until the clouds move out. I'll have more details coming up.
And there'll be a lot of travelers out and about this holiday weekend. As McKinley Strother explains tonight, state leaders are tracking data that they hope will keep you safe for the 4th of July and beyond.
The travel takeoff is here.
Were there a lot of people in the airports?
Yeah, they're pretty crowded.
I think today's probably going to be our busiest one with the Friday people going out.
43.6 million Americans will travel by car, says AAA. 1.2 million of them will be Virginians.
We're paying the highest gas prices that we have paid at Independence Day since back in 2014. Nationally, we're paying $3.12 today.
You can expect more people on the plane with you as well. Airports seeing foot traffic they haven't seen since 2019.
Today's the first day since the pandemic hit that we've had over 1,000 outbound passengers.
With many seeking a sweet COVID escape, the Roanoke-Blacksburg Regional Airport is operating at 80 to 90% of 2019 traffic levels, which was their best year yet.
We have a shared responsibility when we're on the roadway to ensure everyone in the roadway gets home safely.
The DMV wants to remind you to be safe speeding, a big issue across the state. Here at home,
in Southwest Virginia, we've always had kind of a lagging number of folks wearing seatbelts.
The state will be using an online data system, TREADS, to keep a record of traffic trouble spots and causes to keep you safe.
The data determines where we put our resources.
Useful knowledge and data meant to protect you this holiday weekend. I'm McKinley Strother, 10 News, working for you.
Well, we know it's shaping up to be a beautiful evening and a great start to the July 4th weekend. A lot of people already on their boats out at Smith Mountain Lake. Don't you wish you were one of them? 10 News reporter Shane Dwyer live tonight. He's with the police who have stepped up their patrols. And Shane, you're out there on the lake, one of the busiest weekends of the year.
Yeah, John, those big holiday weekends are when the police say that they see the busiest amount of traffic out here on the lake. Beautiful day. You see plenty of boats going by. Virginia Dare just came by, gave us a little toot on the horn and some waves. Those folks are all having a great time. But I'm out here right now with the Conservation Police, and they are there doing their job to step up extra patrols this weekend to make sure that everyone stays safe. Now, this is Operation Dry Water. It is a statewide push to make sure captains aren't drinking. They say that mixing the sunshine, the rocking of the boat, the heat, and all of that with alcohol can be a deadly combination.
They exacerbate the problem. Most people think that when you come to the lake that, you can drink a beer and be fine, but, alcohol has a different effect on the water than it does when you're in a controlled environment, such as the land or inside a building somewhere.
Now, police say the number one thing that you can do to help yourself is wear a life jacket. Back out with us live here, you can see some folks having a great time going by on a pontoon. Again, it's a great evening to be back here. Lots of folks will be out on the water this evening and throughout the weekend because of the fireworks show. The best thing you can do if you're going to do that is make sure you're with an experienced boater who knows what they're doing. Live on Smith Mountain Lake, Shane Dwyer, 10 News, working for you.
Some local shops are closing their doors in anticipation of slow business over the holiday. Martin's Downtown, the restaurant, which has been open since 2005, closes on the 4th of July every year. Their director of operations says business is typically slower than expected on the holiday. Also, the Twisted Track Brew Pub will be closed as well.
We have been very lucky, I think, based on what we've heard from other businesses. We've had a good staff. We've actually had a pretty steady staff, not a whole lot of turnover since we've opened.
Both Twisted Track Brew Pub and Martin's will follow their regular schedules on Saturday and on Monday. And there are dozens of fireworks shows this weekend. Roanoke's is tomorrow night. The 15-minute fireworks show starts at 9 p.m. tomorrow at River's Edge Park. It is suggested that you park at one of the Greenway trailheads and walk to the park. Reserve Drive and Wiley Drive will close tomorrow at 5. And we have a list of the dozens of displays for the weekend. It'll be right there on our website, WSLS.com, so check it out. Hey, we're in Rockbridge County all evening long for your town. What the mayor of Lexington says is the best part of their area.
WSLS 10 in your town, sponsored by Bank of Botetourt.
We are live in your town in Lexington and Rockbridge County, bringing you the best that this area has to offer. And we told you we are going to show you this area from all angles. Earlier, we were at Balloons Over Rockbridge. Now we are in Lexington with Mayor Frank Friedman, and we are on a carriage. I don't know if you can tell that we are enjoying a nice carriage ride on Main Street, but we want to just show you all of the amenities that this area has to offer. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Well, thank you for being in Lexington and spotlighting our community. There's a lot to see and do in Lexington, and glad that you all are here, and invite our friends from Roanoke and surrounding area to come visit.
Yes, what do you think makes this area so special?
I like to think it's the people and certainly the architecture and the natural beauty. Between the mountains and rolling hills, the river, we've got a little something for everybody, including just off the beaten path, a few breweries, wineries, and lots of fun things to do on hikes, Natural Bridge State Park. And in downtown Lexington, there are quite a few restaurants that can satisfy any palate.
Now, speaking of fun things to do, what are some of the things you'll be getting into in the area this summer?
Well, tomorrow I encourage anyone with children to come to the Lexington 4th of July Bike Parade. It starts just up the street at the top of Main Street by Oak Grove Cemetery, and it's a lot of fun for the children of all ages. But here downtown, the history that we have here and looking at the architecture and the buildings is a real treat. And of course, Washington Lee and VMI campuses are just a treasure to wander around. I like to think of Lexington as its own little park. It's a city, but it's actually a park in and of itself.
All right, Mayor Friedman, thank you so much for joining us. We do want to say a special thanks to Lexington Carriage Company for allowing us to see Lexington from this view. We are now going to send things to Delaney with a check of the weather.
That cold front that moved through this morning, bringing us great conditions for your 4th of July weekend. More details are coming up next.
We are live all afternoon for our Your Town series, and we are in Rockbridge County today. I want to send things out to 10 News anchor Lindsay Ward. So, Lindsay, they're home to a fairly unique state park.
They are, but we're coming to you live right now from the Balloons Over Rockbridge Festival. I want to show you, they tried to get one of the balloons up. You can see it kind of deflated right here. They tried. It's just a little too windy, but hey, if you can't make it out here, there's plenty to do, and that includes outdoor activities like Natural Bridge State Park, which has so many new things to offer. They are now an international dark sky park, which means they offer outdoor astronomy programs. Check out the stars right here in the county, and we caught up with the park manager Jim Jones in the new Children's Discovery area. It has balance beams. It lets kids create forts, dig in the sand, and get creative on the art wall, plus more.
Track Trail is designed to have another experiential opportunity for the families to enjoy with the children. There's 4 different brochures, so you can do all 4 of them at one time, or you can save it for different trips.
Group campsites are also coming soon, and that is thanks to work by an AmeriCorps conservation group. And we're going to be live back out here tonight at 7. The goal is to get Brittany up in one of these tethered rides. We're going to have to see what happens. Again, it's just a little too windy out here, but we'll keep you posted. You'll have to stay tuned tonight at 7 to see if she actually gets to go up. Delaney?
Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
And the weather is awfully nice for this evening, but you'll notice from our sky cam overlooking downtown Roanoke is shaking a little bit due to those breezy winds getting in the way of a few activities for this evening. But our temperatures are starting to cool down, though it is going to be a slow process until we start to see more of this cloud cover moving out. Here in Roanoke, we're now down into the upper 70s, still into the 80s for Lynchburg, back towards Danville, even Martinsville. But we have been reaching those temperatures over the past, say, hour or so. 73 for the moment in Blacksburg, 70 in Lewisburg, and for Hillsville. Now, those winds, as I just mentioned, they've been breezy because of the cold front that moved through today. If anything, it's helped that humidity feel a little bit nicer outside. It's not quite as hot out there, but over the next few hours, we will notice that those winds will be weakening along with the gusts. So balloons over Rockbridge, that's kind of getting in the way of things at the moment. As things start to calm down, though, things will definitely start to improve. Temperatures remaining in the 70s here over the next several hours. And then we head into the overnight. Eventually, we will reach into the 50s. This is going to be unseasonably cool for this time of year. Some lower 60s back towards Southside, even into the low to mid 50s in the New River Valley, 52 for Wytheville, along with Hot Springs by tomorrow morning. In the afternoon tomorrow, our temperatures are going to be very similar to what we dealt with today. 70s west of the Parkway, 80s, low to mid 80s. If you live further off towards the east here in Roanoke, 82 degrees, 85 back towards Danville, 10 degrees cooler for Pulaski. Now, our high pressure system is now going to be moving closer to us. That's going to bring us more sunshine. Although temperatures are staying very similar to what we dealt with today, heading into Sunday, we're going to see those temperatures warming right back up a little bit closer to where we should be for this time of year. Not only that, but we're also watching the tropics. Hurricane Elsa is in the Pacific, the Atlantic. We are going to be watching that very closely. This will be moving off towards the west at about 30 miles per hour. And this is moving about 30 miles per hour with winds upwards of about 105 miles per hour for those gusts. This is going to be inching closer here over the next few days, but notice we don't see that moving into the United States, not into Florida, until about Monday evening and into Tuesday morning. It gets awfully close to our region. We'll be watching this track very closely here over the next several days, as it could bring us some rain as we head towards, say, the end of next week. So your 3-day zone forecast keeping us quiet this weekend, but rain chances are going to be isolated possibly on Monday. Overall, those temperatures are going to start to really climb from there on out until we start to bring in what would possibly be the remnants of Elsa, and we start to see those temperatures cooling right back down for the Roanoke Valley. We will be seeing temperatures in the mid-80s by Thursday and Friday. John?
Several people gathered at Monument Terrace earlier this afternoon to pay tribute to a military veteran. Master Sergeant Mike Duguid died of a heart attack in late February. He graduated from Brookville High School in 1989 and later went on to have a distinguished career in the Marines as a band director. This is the 1,022nd straight week that veterans have gathered at Monument Terrace.
Meantime, Salem's at Fredericksburg tonight. The Hillcats hosting Delmarva. Your U.S. 100-meter champ, Sha'Carri Richardson, will not be racing in the 100 meters in Tokyo because of that positive marijuana test. She's accepted a 1-month ban, but could race in the 4x100 relay if chosen, because that would be outside of the month. And the Dutch rider Matthew van der Poel retains the yellow after stage 7, the longest stage, 155 miles.
Nightly news coming up next. I'll see you back here at 7.